equip yourself with truth, the awareness. With that, you will find the true need to unite the world, to unite the humanity for the betterment of everything and everyone. And it will guide you to weaponize yourself such that you will become a warrior, who is born to reconstruct the system based on truth. The truth is always there on the top, but from the bottom, reconstruction is always needed, because this existence, as it proceeds, creates, and it's in its creation, it forgets its true nature, because creativity is to create anything that has no active logic. To be creative is to forget the logic and follow the rhythm. And as a seeker of truth actively understands and be aware, and in that awareness, when he lives, he equips himself with active truth, active power which comes, and with it, it also, the situation itself teaches the knower the need to reform. And that's what I'm living now. It's the time to equip myself with the skills needed the German, Spanish, Arabic, some languages are such that I felt it fascinating. Some languages are such that I hated them. I was trying to run away from them, because every language has emotion. The people using a particular language, this emotion, we can see the reflection of that emotion in the people who use that language. Every culture, the language they use as a culture, it reflects their inner being. So when we talk of Germans, when we talk of Spanish people, I liked somehow their vibe, because the language tells the pronunciations, the rhythm, it tells what kind of vibe it bears. But as I see, I was not always right, because when I thought of German, I judged it based on the German vibe, based on the vibe of that particular world, and the history, the culture, the overall vibe it gives. And as I see, the German is a philosophical dynamite. As I see, the energetic vibe, as I felt the energetic vibe of Spanish. It is like that. For a Marathi native speaker, listening English is like for no reason enjoying the life. For no reason. That's how it sounds, Spanish, to us. The German seems so complicated, as if the man is on acid or drugs and is now so high that that he has got energies which are exploding inside and trying to come out. That's how I feel German. And then this Italian. I find it like butter. I don't find it very strong, but it's more beautiful. Then there is Japanese. I see it very complicated, yet it has small but meaningful rhythm. It's not very loud, but it is meaningful. That's what makes it interesting. It has its own perspective, the Japanese language. I especially appreciate, I especially like the writing system, Japanese writing system. It attracts me. Then the China, it attracts me for no reason. It attracts me simply because it's vast, it has its own base, and I'm just not aware. It's just vast population, and I see that they are not aware of us, we are not aware of them. They are living their life in their own way. We are living our life in our own way. But I see that as a country, as a Chinese-speaking country, the way they are proceeding, I have no right to judge. But as we see a language, the complexity of the language, the rhythm of the language, the first impression, and as we learn the language and understand the people, we get to know more about the people, the culture, how they think, how they perceive the world. We get to know many things. And as it is a vast population which is not perfect, So I would love to study them as well. Then when it comes to Africa, I studied, and because of the colonization, and the many indigenous language that Africans used, they are almost no more as much dominant as they were in the past. And as there was no dominant center to these indigenous languages, there were thousands of languages. So they lost many of their languages, and now after the colonization, Africa was full of French as well as Spanish colonies. So there are many speakers, many users of these languages. As well, there is Swahili. I'm planning to learn that so that I can share my perspective in their own language. Because see, to talk with people is possible it's possible now that there is system for translating. There are systems of translations which translate in real time, but they just tell meaning, they don't tell the essence. When we speak any particular language, we feel it deep inside. We can feel the rhythm, we can feel that vibe, we can live that vibe. And without knowing Swahili, you cannot know the Swahili living population. Without speaking Spanish in that rhythm, in that specific vibe, let's say the Spanish population in Spain and Spanish population in Mexico won't be feeling the same Spanish vibe, yet they will relate, yet they will be different. So to feel them is to live that way, live the language that way. So I, as of now, cannot do that specialization. First I will have to learn the basic languages, basic Spanish, basic German, basic Marathi, like this, and then I will have to understand the dialects. And as I see, every language, every dialect, every specialization, every art form, every sort of knowledge, it is coming from human mind. So it's mostly like in what things we are paying attention. As everything is coming from human mind, everything can be accessed. It's not that I cannot do something. As individually, as humans are foolish, we can create an illusion that we cannot do something. We can limit our possibilities. But when you know who you are, what possibilities you bear, what your true nature is, then it becomes obvious that all this creation is ours. And if we can create all this, then we can recreate as well. So just like that, as languages is our creation, we can learn languages as well. And that's why I see it obvious that it will take time. Yes, I am not going to learn it all in instance. Even the creation of the languages and the creation itself didn't happen in instance. It took years for me to get here. So just like that, I understand that I won't be fluent in German in just 1 year or something. It will take time. Tomorrow I'm speaking that I'm learning German, and just day after tomorrow I won't be perfect. It will take time, and I'm ready to kill time. There is no, of course, any hurry in anything, anywhere. I'm enjoying the journey. It's amazing because the beauty of languages is really fascinating. Just yesterday, as I started learning few languages, I mean, there are already, I don't know if you guys know the list, but the languages I chose, there are 22 languages, and some are such that no one even speaks that language, and still I'm interested in that language, in those scripts. For example, Sumerian and Avestan. As well, I included Sanskrit. It's not always about communicating with the people. It's also about the experience of different languages. I am learning Sumerian. I included Sumerian because there is a vibe to it. The Sumerian is trying to tell something in their own way of communication. And when we know it, we get to know the time, how they pursued the time, and understand. When I say how they pursued the time, I mean that there is a way of looking at life in different way. As like you do, the trees experience this in different way, understand this thing. And the way trees experience, you cannot even imagine it, because imagining is the power, is the capacity of your brain. You don't know outside, but if you know the emptiness outside, you can sometimes realize how different beings pursue the world differently. And it's really interesting as a human when we enter into the being, when we get to know the being of different beings. And then we realize that our perspective is just one among many. And as long as we are unaware of others' perspective, we think that our perspective is the best one, is the greatest one, is the only one. Take it more like you always ate your favorite dish, and you never saw other people eating something. And then you consider that what you eat is the best thing. And as you will keep on eating it without knowing that there exist other dishes. And somehow when you get to know that there are other dishes as well, but as you always ate the same dish, maybe there is chance that your mind will tell that yes, the dish that you are always eating is more suitable, more yours, as like it happens in branding. When you keep on using a brand for no reason, I mean, yes, there is reason that you feel that the brand that you are already using is best for you. Just like that, it 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 can feel for the dish as well. The same can feel for the life as well, because as an organism, as a human, you are living this life, and now you have been living this life since so many years that now you forgot other perspectives, other ways to look at life. So the people who also see life with different perspectives, they can know that there is a lot, it's not limited. So they see it, they explore, and I love exploring because I see that there are so many colors. I always asked that there are so many colors, and what if there is a color which we are not capable of seeing? I loved this question as well. I loved imagining how that color would be, because just think of it, a color that is there and we are not aware of it, then how that color would be, because all the colors that we know, we can see it. I mean, this was not so much important question to me that I had any urgency. I was like I had for the truth, but still, that's an interesting question, right? That's a fascinating question. Try to imagine a new color, and you'll find we just cannot imagine, because the capacity to see the color is the reflection of your very being. If you understood this phenomenon, then life becomes very easy. What you see is your capability. What you see is your reflection. What you see is your outside. Inside there is same thing, but it is inside. If you heard all this that I just said regarding this reflection, regarding this phenomenon of color as well, life, if you took it in the way we regularly speak, it will make no sense. But if you heard it right, if you heard it the way I was saying it, then that's a thing which explains my entire philosophy, my entire perspective. And when I say my philosophy, I am declaring there is no me as such anymore. Now I represent humanity. When I talk of truth, I am asking the truth, not as an individual, but as a seeker. And a seeker is not limited to itself. It's a universal phenomenon. like languages, people, when I say people, I'm talking of the various males, females, children, old ones, that represent the various times, various behaviors, various characters, various natures of humanity, human beings. And as like languages, even we can find similar pattern in people regarding expression. My native language and a girl in my native world, it has a native vibe. A Latin American girl has that sort of vibe. A Spanish girl, a German girl, a Swahili speaking girl, a Japanese girl, a Chinese girl, a girl speaking in Sanskrit, or a girl speaking in Sumerian or Avestan. Just keep on imagining as I'm saying it. Imagine a girl speaking Russian, a girl speaking Arabic, or a girl speaking in Hindi, then in Georgian, then in Persian, then in Urdu as well. Then there is one speaking Indonesian. Isn't it interesting? You can see the various vibe. You can feel little by little. Imagine a girl speaking Portuguese. Or a girl speaking Bengali, which I am sorry to Bengali people, but I didn't like that vibe, so I didn't include this language in the list because I didn't really like the vibe that Bengali give. And of course, I should not judge any language without knowing it deeply, without learning it, without speaking in it. But I see, I am a character. I am an individual which smells first, and if it's smelling good, then only I touch it. Such an individual. If it's not feeling good, if it's not giving really good vibe, then I run away. I'm in constant chase of truth because that gave me a vibe which reflected my vibe. That was my comfort. So I kept on chasing. Everything has a vibe, a smell, a rhythm that we can hear. We don't always need to enter into it. Same way, the Bengali had something that I hate. I don't know what it is. And yes, I think I will maybe, as I will be able to learn languages fastly in the future years, as I will proceed learning different language. I will learn, I mean not just learn, but at least do some formal analysis of the language to know it again, that whether it's the same vibe or just I felt it. As like, initially I was very attracted towards Russian, but I am no more the same way attracted. I find it attractive. So as I'm learning, the things are changing, but I am learning languages based on the vibe they provide. And as of now, I like the vibe of German. And there is no specific reason. It's like I'm feeling love for it, so I'm learning. Compared to my specific vision, compared to how I choose languages based on my main preference was based on how many people I can speak to, I can send my message. And my primary focus was to choose languages which are spoken by most of the people. So I chose Spanish, so I chose English, so I included Chinese, French, right, Hindi. But again, I included Sumerian, which was almost no one uses it as of now. I included Sanskrit, I included Avestan, I included the Tibetan as well. So understand, even though there is urgency in some ways, I have no urgency, because I know that ultimately it is there who should be there. The king is always there. I'm just a warrior. The throne is already taken, and it has been in maintenance. It's been in good maintenance, and there is no conflict. There is no comparison. There is no second place. There is no enemy to that seat, to that throne. And even I come under that throne, because that is the throne of truth. And there is no second word to it. There is no confusion to it. It is all accepted. It is all-time winner. So the uppermost room is already full and already in proper maintenance. So this gives us space to make changes below, as like we think we should understand this thing, and that's what I'm doing. I understand there is no urgency, but as an individual, if I see to create something, to make some changes, then I can, and that's the creativity I am doing. Few changes, few strokes, few colorful strokes in painting. I just thought that adding these strokes can make the painting more beautiful. And that's what I am. As I have been painting, I just thought to create a new painting. Instead of on white canvas, I'm doing it in the canvas of life. You getting me? I'm just an artist, and I'm just loving creating as I always loved. Understand me. I'm your reflection, as I have always been. In case if you know the electromagnetic field, that force, if you can feel it, if you can see it, if you can visualize it, if you can know how it works, how it starts, and how it maintains itself, and this what, what is the thing that destroy this force, what results in its formation and its disappearance. If you know, then it becomes very easy, more easy to understand the now, the flow of energy. Because gravity, every force works on different levels, and there are forces which are unnamed, because different conscious levels are capable of understanding, being aware of different forces. So electromagnetic force is something. I mean, when I'm talking about this force, I do not claim that the electromagnetic force that all humans know, the one that we know and that we discovered in scientific discoveries, I do not claim it's the same. I'm more interested, I mean, even though I trust science, that's not a thing to trust. Science is more about discoveries, and it's about the discoveries that are proved, and you cannot actually accept the proofs unless there is ultimate judgment system, right? If they are proving it mathematically, you must know that the mathematics that they are using is all correct. So you first need to study entire mathematics that they are using. So just because they are capable of explaining it through maths, unless you know the language of mathematics perfectly, you cannot say it is correct, nor they can say correct. To say correct, they must learn the full language of mathematics. One must decode the mathematics. But mathematicians know that there is some problems that are there, which tells that their entire system of calculating, even though it is correct, they are not capable of mapping it all. Something at some point they know that they searched also the ones that existed before they too searched, and as they continue they see that the search will go on, although they feel that it's just next moment and maybe they will get, as like always mathematicians thought. So it's not new for me, but I know that unless there is an ultimate judgment system where you can actively say that yes, this is how it exists, this is what it is. Unless you can say it, you cannot prove any phenomenon, you cannot accept any phenomenon, because every phenomenon that we accept as truth is based on the consideration of other accepted truths. And unless we know the other accepted truths are truths in the first place, we cannot declare the conformity, the trueness, the rightness, the correctness, perfectness of any phenomenon that is being offered. In the first place, we must know, we must declare that the phenomenon which is being offered to us, which is being accepted as truth, the constructs, the particulars that is creating that phenomenon, the very basic ideas which are creating that phenomenon, the building blocks which are creating that idea, everything that is all together constructing that truth, that phenomenon, that idea, whatever that is, the theory or theorem, we must know that everything that is below it, that is all together in one's offering this system. We must know that it is all correct. We must study it, then we must declare first that everything that is creating the overall upper phenomenon, we must know that everything is correct. Unless we know it, there is no sense in accepting anything as truth. And if, for once, if you started accepting without knowing everything below, then you start a loop where, based on that reality, which is your created reality, you base on other truths. And as the nature of human beings, as it is the nature of creation, you you can build your entire systems, entire life based on such imagined truths. You can live that sort of life, it's up to you. And that's what most of the human beings do, without inquiring the first truth, without knowing how they accepted the first truth. They just accept, and based on it, they keep on building. But to build a system, to accept a theory which is really true, one must inquire the really base, the actual base which is offering that theory. We must inquire, we must ask on what basis the theory is being proposed. And then only we can proceed towards the truth. Then only we can take the second step, if we realize that the first step is correct, 100% correct. Right? I think that's right. That's very right. That's right. Like nothing else. That's really right. If you guys got this thing, then you know what? The first thing you will do is you will stop listening me and will start your own research. But yeah, it's up to you. Because now I'm at the stage where I don't really care. Still, of course, if you have got that connection with me, you can come to me. But I just said that because I thought it's better to do your own research, because as I do my own research, I find myself so much free. And this freedom is such that it takes us on an ever changing, ever new journey, right? So I also think that instead of you just coming and kneeling before me, it's maybe better if you choose your own journey, because that way you will realize new things. I mean, so much new things that you will love instead of coming to me. Maybe you will find new things in me as well if you decided me. But as I see it, as I'm not accepting any person or phenomenon or idea or religion or anything like that, I'm not considering anything that is given to me. So just like that, I'm just thinking that what if you too do not consider anything and go on your own journey. Otherwise, it's okay, it's up to you. I'm not also saying that if you consider me, you will get less. There is no differentiation, understand this thing. You can submit to me, you can submit to that rock or that stone or that air or that color or that flag or that girl or that tower or that solar plate or that sky or that mountain or that tree or that paper or that Caesar or anything. It's up to you. Anything. Because everything is representation of ultimate. You can even submit to yourself. You can do anything. When you understand submission, you don't even need to do that. Whatever you do, you find submission in that. It's like that. So that's the reason I said that. I don't know, I just felt that the way I said it, you might got hurt. I don't know why I felt it emotionally. I thought that the way I said, I somehow rejected you, as if I said that go away. So later on I realized that I must explain, otherwise the way I said it, in the rhythm I said it, it felt as if I rejected, right? So I'm telling you that why I said that way. I said that way because there is a lot to see individually, there is a lot to explore individually, and I always choose that individual path. I feel that if you too choose that path, then you will experience the way I experience the newness of existence, the ever new life which keeps on exploring. Otherwise, as I always say, submission is the best way. But as I myself is not under submission, but still, as I know that submission is the greatest thing, so I try to provide you the best way. And as I feel this love for you, I also love that you should be mine. Because once you are mine, I'll be able to take you and do things I love exploring. And as you feel this love for me, I will love it, I know. But still, before taking the decision, before declaring, I'm also loving telling you that there is also a way other than me. This way of exploration, where you individually explore the universe. That's also a beautiful way, because when you explore the existence, when you explore the universe, you will find me there as well. It's not that if you accept it this way, you will find me here, and if you accept it that way, you will not find me there. You will find me everywhere. And still, the funny thing is, you will find me nowhere. When it's about individual me, even I lost him in the process. When I talk of me, I'm talking about the universal self, the awareness which is universal, which is there. So understand, I didn't reject it. I didn't reject. I was not rejecting. It was existence has a lot to give. It's about you, how much you are ready to receive, how much you are capable, where you sit, where you're walking. It's up to you. And remember, whether I am there or not, my love is there for you, even though I don't know what I mean by it. I'm just saying it. And when I'm saying it, I know that it's a genuine statement. I don't know what that even means. It seems more an abstract phenomenon. I don't know what that is. But yeah, just remember that I said this thing, that whenever there is, wherever you are, there is my love. There is presence. There is my love for you. That I love you. Yeah. However you are. That you remember that I love you. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, take care.